Good morning and welcome to Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. And today's devotion is titled, Do We Have It Backwards? Now, I'm not saying that what I'm going to read is true or false, but it's something to think about. And as Christians, we should always be testing what we read and what we hear and back it up with the Bible and see if it is in fact true or not. But this is just something fun to think about and ponder. So with that, again, it's titled, Do We Have It Backwards? And I'll be reading out of the book of 2nd Chronicles, chapter 15, verses 10 through 15. So with that, let's get started. It reads, So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the 15th year of the reign of Asa. And they offered unto the Lord the same time of the spoil which they had brought, 700 oxen, and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul, that whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And they swear unto the Lord with a loud voice, and with a shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets. And all Judah rejoiced at the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart, and sought him with their whole desire. And he was found of them, and the Lord gave them rest about. In King Asa's revival, we read of a different type of service than we have today. See, we understand that it was a different time. However, the format of the service was similar in method, just not in order. If we follow the order of his revival emphasis, we are compelled to ask ourselves, do we have it backwards? See, in their revival service, they first congregate in verse 10. Then they make a contribution in verse 11. Afterwards, they make a covenant in verses 12 and 13. Now, a covenant that was in complete agreement with all the congregation. And then finally, they celebrate in verses 14 and 15, after everything else had been done. Now, I understand the Bible instructs us in Psalms to enter into his presence with singing. But I wonder, after reading of this revival, would we be better off to reverse the service? We try to pump up people for a celebration, only to find out that that fizzles out by the time we get to the offering. Then we work to bring it back during a song and a sermon, hoping in the end that someone will make a move and commit something, anything, to God. Now, what if folks came to church, removed the idols from their lives, willingly contributed to the church, and began the service by openly making covenants at the altar? You talk about a celebration and a service. Now, true revival could break out in the church because it began in the hearts of God's people. You have to wonder sometimes, do we have it backwards? Now again, this is not necessarily my belief or anyone's belief, but just something to ponder. We need to get excited in church, regardless of the order of celebration and worship of God. Regardless of the order, we have to do it with all of our heart and all of our soul and all of our mind. So with that, I'll let you go ponder that question. Do we have it backwards? And until I see you again on Friday, have a great and blessed day. God bless. Bye-bye.